Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to talk about some of the main grocery stores that a lot of us shop at. I'm going to tell you about my experience. I'm curious to hear about yours, and I'm going to share with you a trip to one that I just went to down here in the North Carolina area and also in the Florida area on my recent trips and tell you my opinion of those stores. I hope you'll stick around. Hi, I'm Bonita and I am early retired. I'm not old enough yet for Social Security. I'm living on a low income and I am living off of savings. I live in Kansas on a farm and I have a donkey. This is Brownie. I have frugal videos all year round, and I hope that you will join me this year as we share ways to save money and live our dreams. I recently stopped by my first Publix store when we were in Key Largo on vacation. Now, this is a touristy area, so the prices may have been different than they are if you are near a Publix. But the first thing we saw when we came in was a 24 pack of pop was normally $19 and something, and we were just floored by that price. We picked up just a couple of small things like distilled water for my husband's CPAP machine, and we picked up some ice cream bars and we took those home. But everything in there we thought was kind of high. So let me know, what do you think of Publix if you are near one? The information I found at the making of this video said that Publix has 1,448 locations in the US. Now, the second place I stopped while I was here in North Carolina was Food Lion. I had never been to this store either. And one of the things I love to do when I go in a new grocery store in a new area is walk through and look at their fresh vegetables. So many times I will find fresh vegetables that are not offered in the stores where I live in South Central Kansas. And that was the case here as well. And they had a really nice gluten-free section. We don't always find that either. And I did pick up a few things at Food Lion to take home to Kansas, and I'm going to show you what they were. This is what I ended up with from Food Lion. I got 2 large cans of Italian green beans. I love these, and they were $2.50 a can. I did the math. They were cheaper than the smaller cans. So when we have these at home, we will just have 2 meals in a row with some green beans, and it'll still be less expensive. I found their Food Lion brand of beans for 86 cents a can. I had been picking these up at Dollar Tree for $1.25, but 86 cents a can is a really good deal. And I grew up eating this on buttered bread. So I do use dried beans normally, but if I just want a couple of meals while I am home by myself, I will put this on buttered bread. It's an old-fashioned thing my mom taught me, and I just love it. It's still one of my favorite meals, and I grew up eating this, and I still crave it. And then they had these seasoned butter beans. Now, I found these before at the Dollar Tree for $1.25, but they had a seasoned black-eyed peas at the same time. Now, I don't know why, but I have trouble making black-eyed peas where they come out tasting the way I want them to. So I saw these and I just had to grab a can. Now, these I have been splitting up and putting in some cans of soup that I bought that were not very tasty. And I can put some of these seasoned butter beans in the cans of soup, get those used up, and it tastes absolutely perfect once I do that. But I do like this brand. It is really tasty. So that's what I ended up with from the Food Lion. And I found that Food Lion has 1,170 locations. Now, the places that I am most familiar with are the ones we have near our home in Kansas. And when I say that, that's within an hour and a half of my home. We have Aldi and we have Trader Joe's, which are in the same family. Trader Joe's actually have off brands in their store that are cheaper than some of the ones that you might get at maybe a Whole Food store or an organic store. And that's why they are so popular, is because they are a sister grocery store to Aldi. And they have 2,489 locations in the US. Now, I buy a lot of my produce in Aldi if I don't grow it and we need stuff in between. That's where I get my produce. The only thing I've ever had problems with there are the potatoes. I have bought potatoes there a couple of times and they were not good in the middle. So if I can't catch potatoes on sale somewhere else, sometimes I do revert to picking up a bag at Aldi, but they're usually not my first choice for that. And then the next location, of course, we have in South Central Kansas is Walmart. Walmart has 4,700 stores in the US, and they are usually always my last choice to buy anything. I have never really been a Walmart fan. I find their clearance section to be things that are just discontinuing or wanting to change on the shelves, and they a lot of times have the same price on their clearance rack with clearance in the front of it. So I find that some trickery, and that's just one of the reasons I don't shop there. Also, I only go to Walmart if I can get like really deep discounts or special rebates like Ibotta that are only good at Walmart. Then I might do that to get a good deal, go in, get that, and come out. So I normally am not a Walmart shopper. It is very rare that you will see me there. I did have to shop there more when I lived in South Texas because I only had the choice of a couple of stores there. The next grocery store family is Kroger or Dillon's or Fred Meyer's. They have 2,719 locations. We do have a Dillon's where I live at in South Central Kansas. Dillon's is usually my favorite place to shop right after Aldi or even sometimes before. I watch their specials. Sometimes they have 5 for $5 or 5 off of 5, and they have a lot of deals like that where you buy things in quantities to get some deep discounts. So I watch their loss leaders. I go in and purchase those, and that's where I get a lot of my back stock deals that we have in our pantry is from Dillon's. Now, Fred Meyer is on the high end of Dillon's. There are some Fred Meyers around, and you will find them to be a little more expensive than the Dillons or the Kroger. So let us know in the comments, where do you do most of your pantry stock up purchasing at? HEB is the other store that I shopped at when I was in South Texas. It is primarily in South Texas, and it has a lot of really good HEB store brands or Hill Valley Fair store brand types that are more on the generic side, and they're very good. Their microwave popcorn is good because remember, I was living in an RV, so I purchased some different things when I was down there than I purchased when I'm at home. They have good salsa. One of the things we fell in love with this year was their sliced pepper jack cheese. It is so good, and we have already made plans when I go back next to bring back some extra of that. The next one is HEB. Now, we have one in Topeka, Kansas. I've been in there a few times and we have purchased just some random things. So I really don't feel like I can give you a good assessment of that store. Let me know if you have a HEB near you. Then we have the club stores like BJ's, Costco, Sam's Club. They have all gone up in the last year or so with their club annual membership charges. Sam's Club is charging like $25 per person. That's what they're doing at our local place, where it used to be you could add someone on for free to your membership. They're not allowing it. We even called and asked them because we thought we were overcharged. Costco has gone up on their charges. BJ's is not something that is around us. Costco's so far away. I've never even been in a Costco, but I know a lot of people love it, and it's a very popular club store. Winn-Dixie is another grocery store that was in Florida. It was also in Texas when I lived there back in the 80s, late 80s, and Winn-Dixie was my go-to. And after we went into Publix in Florida and saw their prices, anything we grabbed after that, I picked up from that local Winn-Dixie. So I felt like they were more affordable than the Publix store. And of course, there's the Dollar Generals, the Dollar Trees. We still have to be very selective on the price versus the quantity versus the quality of the products in there. So there are some good buys in there on some things, but there are a lot of things that I have tried that I would not purchase again, including like the generic type of wheat thins from Dollar Tree. I did not think they were very good at all. I won't repurchase those. Their cheese curls. There were just a lot of things that I've tried just for a quick snack or to have something around, and I wish I hadn't wasted my money. So some people like some of that stuff, and that's great, but I felt like the cheese curls were a little stale, and I felt like the crackers didn't have any flavor, any salt. They were a lot tougher and not crispy like they should be. So I'm very hesitant to buy some packaged items like that in those stores. Once I've been burned once, I am very, very careful not to spend my $1.25 again. So let me know, do you have experience with any of these stores? Do you have any others that are local to you that you shop at that are pretty much nationwide or very common? Some of these are more area specific, but I felt like it was a really good topic for us to have as a discussion. I look forward to your comments. Thanks for watching today. If you've enjoyed this, give me a thumbs up, and I hope to talk to you soon.